Today on MotorTrend, James Bond's new Roadster gets an engine to match the killer good looks. It's the BMW Z3, now with 6 cylinders under the hood. Plus the oversized muscle car from the 60s, with John DeLorean's initial in the name. It's the Grand Prix SJ in American Classics. And the Nissan 240 SX and the Acura 3.0 CL go head-to-head to prove what you are depends on where you're made. It's all straight ahead on MotorTrend television.
Welcome to this edition of MotorTrend. I'm Jim Scouten, and this is the BMW Z3, the American-made roadster that has created huge excitement since the introduction. But not much action, with only a 4-cylinder under the hood. But hang on, because finally we're getting the good stuff, the 2.8-liter 24-valve 6, and that makes all the difference. The Z3 Roadster has been a runaway success for BMW, with the new South Carolina plant backed up with orders ever since the big screen introduction by James Bond.
007, you have a license to kill, not to break the traffic rules.
Actually, Q didn't need to worry, and runaway success had nothing to do with running from airplanes or even keeping up with a Honda Del Sol. You could buy the killer good looks and BMW handling, but the 1.9-liter 4-cylinder couldn't back it up with action. But check this. Sure enough, scratch in second and 0 to 60 redefined to 6.3 on the way to a quarter mile of 14.8 at 91 miles per hour. Q has come up with a new secret weapon for 007, who now has a license to kill 5-liter Mustangs. And the Mustangs get very little warning.
Part of the fun of the big motor Z3 is there's no 2.8-liter emblems anywhere. It's only the slightly wider rear fenders and the bigger grills in the front that let the enthusiasts know you got something bigger under hood, which lets you suck in all those Mustang GTs at the stoplight.
It's a stealth option with no warning labels, just fat 17-inch Michelins to hint at the performance. You've got to lift the long hood to find the evidence. It's the 2.8-liter twin-cam 24-valve straight 6, making 189 horses and 203 foot-pounds of torque. And it sits far enough to the rear to balance the weight distribution to a perfect 50-50 front and rear. That moves the handling description from good into the territory of great. The Z3 is now a constant invitation to hot laps, with the precise 5-speed choosing the gears and the power rack and pinion steering choosing the line. You've got 0.87 Gs in lateral acceleration on the skid pad to work with, and very forgiving manners as you approach the limit. In the 600-foot slalom course, the Z3 does display some body roll as the suspension does its work, but that's the compliance that makes this roadster a comfortable daily driver. And the balanced weight distribution and fat Michelin Pilo tires produce an agile 66.9 miles per hour through the cones. But should you get in over your head, standard ABS and the BMW discs on all corners are more than up to the job, pulling down from 60 to 0 in an impressive 115 feet. The inside story is absolute comfort for two while you're dusting off Mustangs, with well-bolstered leather buckets and electrics for the windows and door locks included, along with air and traction control, which is a good idea with the big engine.
Putting the big motor in the Z3 definitely turns it into a hot rod. And included in the $6,400 option price are things like leather seats, traction control, and power windows. But the big fun is when you stand on the gas.
No question, Van's got it right. The Z3 is now big-time top-down fun, whether you're running the high roads in the California mountains or hard-charging the corners on the back course at Willow Springs. But like always, you will have to pay for your fun. Fully equipped, the 2.8-liter Z3 comes in at $37,600. Is it worth it? Well, anytime you get to wondering, just put your foot down. There is no question you already know our attitude on adding horsepower, so you already know what we think of this new version of the Z3. Now that the performance matches the rakish good looks, finally, this Bimmer delivers for the enthusiast.
John DeLorean wanted more muscle, and he got it, along with his initial in the name. It's the Grand Prix SJ in American Classics. Next.
250 bucks? It's only a little scratch.
Here a scratch, there a scratch, everywhere a scratch. And they're all an eyesore. What you need is GS27 Scratch Remover. It's new from Chihuahua. GS27 gets rid of those surface scratches and paint swirls quickly and easily. Simply rub GS27 into the scratch, then polish it to a beautiful finish. The scratch is gone.
I still can't believe it was that easy. GS27 got rid of those scratches in less than a minute. It's great.
GS27 is not an abrasive. It's a superfine microscopic crystallite that works its way into the scratch and polishes it away. And look, you don't have to go crazy trying to match colors. That same tube of GS27 works wonders on any color car. You have to see it to believe it. Amazing!
The repair shop said it had to sand, prime, and paint. What a bunch of bull. GS27 took that ugly scratch away in no time.
Watch. Would you do this to a brand new car? Ouch! But GS27 removes that ugly scratch quickly and easily. What a difference! GS27 is so effective, it'll even remove paint scrapes, ugly rust from chrome bumpers, and scratches and scrapes from your boat's gel coat. GS27 is only $14.95. But wait! Order now and get a second tube for only $5. That's two for just $19.95. It'll remove those surface scratches from your car or your money back. Don't live with those ugly scratches and don't spend a fortune to remove them. Order your GS27 Scratch Remover now.
Call toll-free 1-800-432-4100 or send check or money order for $14.95 for one or $19.95 for two plus $5.95 shipping and handling to GS27 Scratch Remover, 2 Morgan Avenue, Norwalk, Connecticut. Or use your credit card and call 1-800-432-4100.
Now, from the MotorTrend archives, a trip back to the American classics of our automotive past.
Say the name Pontiac, and it's only natural. 99.98% of us think of classic cars like the GTO or the Trans Am. But Pontiac made another car from that era with some good looks and high performance that deserve much more attention. You're not going to believe it when we show it to you, though. It's a muscle car version of the Grand Prix.
Believe it. This is the Grand Prix SJ, one of the biggest, baddest performance cars you'll see from the muscle car era. Wait a minute, you're saying it may move, but that's no muscle car. Well, let Mike Halloran take you out and hit it.
If you're going to own this kind of car, why not run it? Why not let it get out there and do what it's supposed to do?
But that's not what a Grand Prix is supposed to do. The SJ is a different story. It has all the size and luxury, but designers created it as the black sheep of the GP family. Its high performance never quite fit in with the sedate sedan image of Grand Prix.
It rides like a Cadillac, but you got the performance of a real muscle car.
The SJ package came with GM's monster engine, the high-output version of the 455. It offered incredible torque for such a large car. 500 foot-pounds at 3,100 RPM. In MotorTrend's original review of the 70 Grand Prix, riders seemed to like its mix of power and panache. The 455 has a definite big car gut feeling of oblique power. That feeling is especially noticeable when running with the air conditioner on. Is what makes Mike's find even more rare. This model had a manual 4-speed.
They made 65,000 Grand Prix in 1970, and this is one of 500 manual cars that were produced.
But the deluxe leather interior makes you shake your head again. This can't be a muscle car. Then a rare option catches your eye. A factory-installed hood tab. So does a Grand Prix deserve a fair shake? Sure, if you put it that way. It just doesn't look the part.
A little longer than your typical muscle car. Take a look. overall length of 210 inches. The wheelbase is 118 inches, so you can imagine what this car must weigh. I'll tell you in a second, but here's a clue. It is more than its cousin, the GTO.
This car is extremely heavy for a muscle car. Most of the muscle cars are, you know, under 3,500 pounds.
Mike has this SJ in correct condition, but there's still one thing missing, and it annoys him every time he gets in.
Oh, the ashtray. Yeah, I can't find an ashtray because there weren't many of them made. I've looked everywhere because it is a 4-speed and an automatic console's completely different.
Not something the designer was really too concerned about. Who designed the SJ? Well, before his days of vertical door DeLoreans, John DeLorean was designing high performers at General Motors. The J in SJ stands for John.
So you still wondering how much this car weighs? 4,194 pounds. That's with the high output engine and all the options. Of course, on this car, that's without something else. An ashtray.
I'll find it somewhere. I'll keep looking.
Next up today, smoothing the air to make more horsepower. And later, it's Nissan going against Acura in a luxury sport coupe comparison, with the winner decided by geography.
Hey, is that leather?
That's right. This here's the new Subaru Outback Limited. Two sunroofs. Nice touch. I hear it has full-time all-wheel drive. Yeah. All's a turn better than a Blazer. Subaru Outback, the world's first sport utility wagon.
You know, the wife and kids would really like one of those.
Friday on Fox. Nobody knows where he came from.
What did you see? What was it?
But our fate lies in his hands.
No!
The Visitor series premiered then.
The Millennium Group is here, Frank, and always has been.
At the end of the millennium, they will protect us from the coming terror. Frank Black is our last hope.
Catherine?
And his wife's only chance. Millennium. Right after The Visitor, premiering Friday on Fox.
Sunday on TNN Motorsports. The Winston Cup stars get their second shot at the Magic Mile.
Seconds count.
And this time, they hope Jeff Burton doesn't drive away and disappear.
Second place is the first loser.
It's hard-nosed racing from the Granite State.
You're in the middle of it.
Check out the CMT 300 live Sunday at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific.
It's the best racing in the world, and it's right here on TNN Motorsports.
Now, MotorTrend Television brings you the latest from the aftermarket with performance trends.
You can't replace your catalytic converter, but you can upgrade the performance, sound, and longevity of your exhaust system with a catback kit like this from Borla Performance. It replaces everything from the converter back in stainless steel, including Borla's turbo muffler designed for maximum flow. Catback kits reduce restriction, providing better throttle response and a noticeable improvement in engine torque. And best of all, they deliver that robust exhaust note that has become Borla's signature sound. These systems retail for about $400, which isn't bad, considering they're 100% stainless steel and backed by a 1,000,000-mile warranty. Here's another product that performs better because of superior metallurgy. It's the Bosch Platinum Spark Plug. Unlike conventional plugs, it has a longer ceramic insulator that projects the platinum electrode deeper into the combustion chamber for better ignition. This cutaway shows the tapered electrode that's 99.9% pure platinum and the centered metal conductor that seals it against air leaks. This ensures that the gap remains virtually unchanged for the life of the plug. Bosch Platinums retail for about $2 at most parts stores. Now, igniting the fuel air charge is important, but how about getting more fuel and air into the engine? Well, this is one way, the K&N stub stack. Stub stack is a molded carburetor device that improves and speeds up airflow by reducing turbulence and decreasing restriction around the carb's choke horn. It'll increase engine airflow up to 40 cubic feet per minute, which makes it well worth the typical asking price of about 40 bucks. I'm Michael Brockman, and that's today's Performance Trends.
Now, MotorTrend Quick Looks, a buyer's guide to new models and new changes.
Hi, I'm Beth Stein. Well, here's a car that American luxury performance enthusiasts have been eagerly awaiting ever since it debuted in Europe. It's the V8-powered, all-aluminum Audi A8 Quattro, and it's our first quick look. Audi's mission was clearly to take it over the top with this A8. That's evident in everything from its performance to its safety. Larger than a Lexus LS400, the road-hugging all-wheel drive A8 we tested is powered by a 4.2-liter, 300-horsepower V8, tuned for America's love of quick starts. Thanks to all that light aluminum, this big sedan eats up 0 to 60 in just under 7 seconds. Inside, you'll find room to stretch, creature comforts galore, and count them, 6 airbags, a first. How much for this metallurgical marvel, you ask? Try almost $69,000. If you don't have that kind of money, you can still get a nice Audi, even a convertible. Audi's Cabriolet comes front-wheel drive exclusively with a 172-horsepower, 2.8-liter V6. 4-speed automatic transmission is your only choice, but the Duo produces a very pleasant, if not overly quick, driving experience. What is quick, however, is the automatic top. In about the time it takes the stoplight to change, you can raise or lower this fully automated top, as it should be. Audi has also kept the price down on this one. Fully outfitted, this Cabriolet runs just under $40,000, but it's based under $35,000. Hyundai comes up with a head-turner in its brand-new Tiburon, which replaces the Scoop. Based on the Elantra platform, the Tiburon comes with either a 130-horse inline 1.84 or the one we tested, a 2-liter version of the same twin-cam engine that comes up with 140 horses, 133 foot-pounds of torque. With standard 5-speed manual, this coupe will scoot. Ours was loaded with extras, bringing the total to just under $18 grand. But for the money, we thought the Tiburon was great fun. You know, Audi has really continued to improve both its product and consequently its U.S. sales over the last few years. And I think this A8 Quattro is really going to further those fortunes, even if it takes a small fortune to buy one. Oh, well, that's it for Quick Looks.
Still ahead, the 240SX and the 3.0 CL face off in a sport coupe shootout that's decided by geography.
When you buy a new Honda 4Trax 300, 300 4x4, or the rugged Foreman 400, you can see something you just won't see on any other ATV. Your choice of 7.9% APR financing and no down payment. Or a pair of incredible German precision optic Steiner binoculars. Now you can see why Honda ATVs are the best on earth.
They call me the Intimidator. When I'm cooking, I'm unbeatable. Give the folks what they came for. Give them their money's worth. I'm friendly. Just don't cut in front of me.
If it's good enough to go on our hood, imagine what it can do under yours. Big A, America's Parts Pros.
This week on NASCAR Garage, come with us as we pay a visit to top team owner Robert Yates and see another step in the building of a race car.
This weekend on the leader for motorsports coverage, TNN Motorsports. is not unusual for us to pick a pair of vehicles and compare them head-to-head, and that's what we're about to do with these two, the Acura 3.0 CL and the Nissan 240SX. But this might seem to be an unfair comparison. The Acura is Honda's premium brand. The 240 is a Nissan, not an Infiniti. It seems like a mismatch, doesn't it? And as we're about to show you, it is a mismatch, but it's not unfair. These two are direct competitors in 1997, and that is exactly the point. For 97, Nissan has freshened the 240SX with new styling. That's an aggressive new face in front with projector headlamps and 6 air intakes to suggest racing Nissans of recent years. The 3.0 CL is a whole new car with well-integrated styling and no wing or ground effects. It's the rear view that draws the most comment for the angled taillights. People either love it or don't. Inside, the Acura comes with leather and an 8-way power bucket for the driver, and both seats move electrically to allow access to the back that will comfortably seat 2 adults. Our Nissan tester had optional leather and supportive buckets, but with manual adjustment. In back, there are depressions for 2 bottoms, but no legroom for anyone over the age of 5. In interior space and comfort, it's clearly Advantage Acura. The SE trim package gives the Nissan electric windows, mirrors, and locks. Cruise is standard. Heating and air are manual. The stereo plays cassettes, and the standard transmission is a 5-speed. The Acura has all those conveniences and then some, adding remote entry, heated seats, automatic air, CD player, and moonroof, and a 4-speed auto. In driver conveniences, Advantage Acura. Under the hood, the Nissan has a 2.4-liter inline 4 with 2 cams and 16 valves, making 155 horses. The Acura makes its power with 2 more cylinders and 24 valves, controlled by Honda's VTEC cam system. The V6 is good for 200 horses. In horsepower, Advantage Acura. But not in performance. Drop the clutch on the 240 for 0 to 60 in 8.1 and a quarter mile of 16.1 at 85 miles per hour. The Acura's automatic is almost as quick, running to 60 in 8.5 and through the quarter in 16.5, but slightly faster at 87 miles per hour. In acceleration, it is Advantage Nissan. In daily driving, both cars offer plenty of power and excellent handling. The Nissan rides firmer with its sport-tuned suspension, and the 4-cylinder is noisier at speed. The Acura has loads of mid-range power from the quieter V6 and encourages you in the corners as the suspension does its work. The two have different solutions for sport coupe driving, but our preference makes it Advantage Acura. Here's the summary, with the Acura getting the nod in 4 out of 5 categories and the Nissan scoring only for acceleration. Now the prices, and that's the reason for the comparison. The no-options Acura is $26,009. The 240SX with optional anti-lock, sunroof, and leather is very close at just over $25,000. A hefty sticker for a 4-cylinder coupe. The lesson here is in international economics. The 240SX is made in Japan, where the workers are paid in yen. Unlike the Acura, which is made in Ohio and delivers way more features and value because the workers and suppliers are paid in dollars. So you decide whether you want to compare the 240SX to the Acura. We think you should, because you're going to discover how important it is to be made in America these days if you're going to be competitive in the market. How times change.
Pick up the phone and call now for your free complimentary issue of MotorTrend magazine, the world's automotive authority. Peterson's MotorTrend tells it like it is, with conclusive reports and comparisons on the world's best new import and domestic luxury cars, sports cars, pickups, vans, and sport utility vehicles. If you really love cars, you need to test drive the ultimate automotive magazine, risk-free. Just call now and reserve your free introductory copy of MotorTrend. And if you like what you see, you can order a 12-issue subscription for only $11.97. That's 71% off the newsstand price. It's easy. We'll bill you. If you choose not to subscribe, simply return the bill marked cancel. You'll owe nothing, and the free issue is yours with our compliments. Peterson's MotorTrend magazine is the world's automotive authority. Check us out. Call now for your free introductory issue.
U.S. gold medalist Mia Hamm spends 90 minutes destroying her hair and 90 seconds bringing it back with Pert Plus. More than a shampoo, it conditions too. How? As you shampoo, the conditioners stay suspended. As you rinse, the conditioners go to work, giving you great hair simply. Perfect for Mia, because she wants great hair, but she'd rather be living in it than working on it. Wouldn't you? Pert Plus. Simply great hair. Simply.
I was into all that extreme stuff when I was your age. Just didn't have a fancy name for it. Because I never had a Subaru Outback Sport either.
Too bad, Uncle. This beauty's got a ton of cargo space. Full-time all-wheel drive, more horsepower than a RAV4. You never did that, I'll bet.
Sure we did. But what's the rope for?
Outback Sport, part of the Outback family from Subaru.
Get ready to roll as Miller Brewing Company presents TNN Motorsports Inside Track Sweepstakes.
Think you know NASCAR? We'll show you the inside track.
You could win an all-expense-paid trip to one of these 8 NASCAR Winston Cup races, including airfare, hotel, and $1,000 cash.
It's the real thing. The tips, the rigs, the teamwork. Here's the deal.
You'll get to meet one of these 3 drivers. Check out the action on pit row and enjoy the race from the comfort of our luxury box. To enter, send a postcard with your name, address, and phone number to TNN Motorsports Inside Track Sweepstakes. TNN Station, P.O. Box 3550, South Ferry, Connecticut, 06488.
8 races, let's go.
Remember, if you don't win this time, you're still eligible for the next drawing.
Enter now.
You still got a shot to win. I'll see you at the track.
Brought to you by Splitfire Spark Plugs and Napa Auto Parts.
Well, we have come to the end of the road for this edition of MotorTrend Television. For all of us here, I'm Jim Scouton. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Well, which one would you drive home?
Next week, we're running flat out at 3 times the legal limit. We're testing for maximum top speed with the fastest production sports cars, Porsche, Corvette, Viper, and Ferrari. Plus, the affordable muscle car from the late 60s with the cartoon namesake, the Plymouth Roadrunner in American Classics. It's all next week on MotorTrend. And for the complete list of all the 1998 cars sold in the U.S., pick up the October edition of MotorTrend. Stands everywhere.
Inside NASCAR, next on TNN Motorsports. We are Country, TNN, your #1 source for country music, entertainment, and information. If you would like to know more about our programs or guest lineups, just call the TNN Information Services, 615-883-7000. For tickets, call 615-889-6611.